Should you really buy a Galaxy A56 so late after it has launched? I'm sure this is a question many of you are asking. In this video, I'll be breaking down the pros, the cons in today's market to help you decide if this device still holds up well and if it is something that you should seriously consider. Let's start with the core strengths of the A56, starting with the build quality here. And this phone is one that I really liked when I held it, and even now that I'm holding it, I still love this phone. It feels really light, but it does not feel cheap. So it does not feel like you're holding a brick in your hand, but at the same time, it does not feel like what you're holding will break just by you sneezing wrong, right? And looking at the display here, it's a Super AMOLED display. That means that you are getting some of the best quality you're going to be getting when it comes to viewing angles, when it comes to consuming content, when it comes to just using the phone in everyday use, and when it comes to just the overall design here. Going on to the right side there, you see that sort of iconic design where it has that raised lip. I really like it. The A56 here is one that if you do not tell someone that this is the cheapest phone or one of the cheapest phones in the Samsung Galaxy line, they might believe that this is an S25 series if you let them believe it long enough. The only downside I would say for the display is that it's not the brightest out there, but that is to be expected. That goes to the marquee line, which is the S25 Ultra that I have in my hand here. But in just everyday use, I would say I had no concerns with the display here on the Galaxy A56. Moving on to the camera, and I think this is the one that will surprise you because it sure as heck surprised me when I did the camera test for this one. So that video and all the other videos I've made for the A56 will be in the description and in the comment down below. Go check them out if you want to find out more about this phone because I've made so many videos already. But yes, when I made my camera test for this phone, I was quite shocked at how good it was. Like, that was quite shocking because the camera system on this is pretty much identical to the A55 that came before it, and the only difference here is actually software, mostly software. And I am one to say when I'm wrong because I thought it was not going to be that big of a difference, and to be honest, it's not like it's mind-blowingly different, but it is different that I could notice it from the A55 that came before it. So when it comes to the photos, and of course you're seeing some of the photo samples on screen right now, you can be the judge to tell me what you think. But I would say yes, of course it's not as premium as the S25 Ultra or even something like this, which is a dedicated phone, the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. It's not an Ultra phone, and I don't think it's priced like an Ultra phone, and I don't think you are looking at this because it's an Ultra phone. But for what it is and for the price range, I think the photos that come out of this are ones that you will be pleased with, and you will actually maybe not just pleased but surprised by. Videos is where it's not really as great. This is where videos are okay, you know, but it's not mind-blowing, and sometimes it does suffer a bit, especially in low light. And also I think the portrait mode, when I tested it, it was not the best. It struggled a little bit, but I think these are things you can live with, especially at this price point, and especially if you can get it at such a great deal. Pull the trigger. The camera system here, for I would say 80 to 85% of the time, you're good. Moving on to battery life, and the good times continue because the battery life here is one of the best that I've ever had on a Galaxy device. And granted, of course, it's not pushing as many pixels as some of its bigger, more expensive older brothers, but it does always hold its own well as a 2-day phone. And you know, when I'm using this A56, I never worry about battery life. I never worry that, oh, this phone is going to die on me. That is none of my concern at all. This phone is a battery champ. And if you are getting this because you think your old phone that you have currently right now is not really holding up anymore and you're thinking of upgrading to something that has good battery life, this has great battery life. Now, going to software updates, and this Galaxy A56 here has 6 years of promised software upgrades, and we've already gotten one of them. Have we gotten one of them? No, we've not. We're going to get one UI 8 very, very soon, which means that you will be getting some of the best software possible on this phone phone as well. Granted, because it's a mid-range phone here in Samsung's line, you are not going to be top of the line for priority for the updates. Okay, so editing captain here, and just as I'm editing this video, I get One UI 8 on the Galaxy A56. So this makes it even a much more enticing sort of a phone right now with One UI 8, Android 16 coming to this budget phone. Isn't that crazy? And in the long run, you can be guaranteed that you're still going to get at least 5 more years of software updates. So if you're buying this because you want to be able to either use it personally or give it to one of your family members and know that they will have an up-to-date phone for the next couple of years, then the A56 is a great device to get for that exact reason. I'm moving on to performance, and the A56 here, even though it does not have the top of the line Snapdragon or even Exynos processor here, it has been really great in my everyday use of browsing through Twitter, of going through social media, Instagram, watching YouTube videos on it and reading on it as well. It's been fantastic. I've not really noticed any lags or anything like that. And this form factor here on the A56, I even prefer it than the S25 Ultra that I have here, which is very heavy and is very, you know, fatigue. It's fatiguing on my hand. I have fatigue on my hand. You get my idea, right? As opposed to this one that I can use it for hours on end, which is not great for my screen time and all of that. But I can use this for hours on end because I just don't feel, you know, the phone slow down. I don't feel it get hot around the edges or whatever. And it's just a joy to use for everyday use. Going to gaming, and that is where this phone does struggle quite a bit, especially if you wanted to play at any high level. The Exynos, I believe 1580 that is on this phone here is not the most powerful, and you will definitely feel it when you are trying to play graphically intensive games here on the A56. This is not a phone designed to boss all sorts of gaming. It's not an ROG Phone 9 Pro, but if you are okay with just reducing the graphic quality and being able to play on medium or sometimes or most times just for the sake of battery life and heat, putting it to low there, I think you will have a great time. But again, manage your expectations. This is not something you'll get to have the best gaming performance possible. No, in that case, get an Ultra, and I would suggest get, you know, last year's Ultra or even the S25 FE or, you know, the S25 FE that will be coming out, if not by when this video has dropped, at the time you're considering this, which will be probably months after the S25 FE has already dropped. That's something to consider. But here, manage your expectations. Provided you are, you know, playing games that will not be pushing it too much, you should be okay. If you plan to get very intense with Genshin Impact and Wuthering Waves, you will have to weather the waves of your bad lag. Now coming to the part where I talk to you, yes, you who is watching right now, which if you've not already subscribed, my data says that more than 87% of you has not subscribed, so please make sure you consider subscribing. Who is the A56 for? Now, I think the first person is a budget conscious user, but not negative, in the sense that you want to spend the best money and to get the best value, I would say. The A56 here is one of the most perfect phones and candidates for that particular reason. It's one where you are able to get lots of features. Sure, they're not at the bleeding edge like an Ultra phone, but it's close there, right? It's got that premium build quality. It's got that good camera system. It's got that big display with Super AMOLED. So all of those things for the price you'll be getting this, which is probably a good deal at the time you're watching this right now, I think is a fantastic deal for someone like you who is considering that. The next is for a set it and forget it person. So for example, you just want a phone that works really well. You want that you get the software updates, unlike, you know, some phones where they only get 1 year of software updates. Can you believe that? This is getting 6 years, which means that for the next 5 years, as at the time you're watching this right now, you will still be getting updates. You don't need to worry about anything. You just buy a phone for a good price, a great price even, and you just sit back and profit for the next 5 years. The A56 is for you. And the last person that should buy this phone is the Samsung loyalist, right? Someone who is already familiar with the Samsung ecosystem. For example, you have a Galaxy Watch or you have the Buds 3 Pro. You've had other Samsung devices like me in my house here. My fridge is Samsung, my microwave is Samsung, everything is Samsung. And you just want a phone where it's no frills. You're able to use all your Samsung devices interconnectedly. You're familiar with the One UI interface, which in my opinion is the best Android skin, even better than the Pixel. So this is the Pixel 10 Pro. I think it's even better than the Pixels. So you want something like that, then this phone is for you. Now on the flip side, who is this phone not for? Right? And I think it's for someone who wants something more. Now you might be tempted by the low price that you are seeing right now, either secondhand or new. You're thinking to yourself, yes, you know, I can kill two birds with one stone. I can get a great phone and I can use it for all of these things. Let's say content creation, for example. You want to use it as your phone to make all of your reels and make all of your content, or you want to use it to game and play all your games and everything. I think this phone might not be for you, because this phone is great when you are pushing it 80%, right? It's fantastic for that. But if you intend to ever push it to 100%, I think this is where this phone will really struggle, and you will really struggle to get value out of it, and you might end up just spending money twice, buying it, realizing it's not for you, and then selling it off, and then eventually buying something. So I would say maybe consider just getting maybe a second-hand S25 Ultra, or if that is out of your price range, the S23 Ultra is still one that is really, really good if you can get it for a good deal. Even better if it's an S24 Ultra, right? But I think from the S24 Ultra to the S25 Ultra, if you can save your money, I would still say not a lot of difference. The S24 Ultra is, I think, still great. So the S24 Ultra will be a great middle spot. S23 Ultra if you are willing to step down a little bit, or the FE series. I love the FE series. On paper, they don't look great. So if you're not considering that, you might not be considering that the FE series is great, but I'll tell you, as someone who has used the FE series is even better when you use it in person. So that's something to consider. And this Galaxy A56 right here is not for you, my friend. It might not also be for you if you're someone who is waiting. So for example, you're waiting for an S25 FE, or you're waiting for the S26 series next year, or maybe it's already next year and you're watching this from the future, by which, hey, I'm a time traveler. Hey, hello, how is the future? Let me know in the comment section down there below. So if you're someone who is a waiter, you like waiting, you like going to the table and like, oh, what can I get for you this evening, sir? Well, this might not be for you, because you will never be able to get the perfect phone. And if it's something that you are comfortable waiting for, sure, a great phone might come up, or you might just pull the trigger for what you can see and feel and go to the store and buy right now. I'm just saying, okay? Just saying. But yes, that is my A56, if it's still worth it right now in 2025, and probably in the future, 2026 and 2027 as well. Let me know, are you considering getting the A56? Is this a phone that you want to buy? What are some of the reasons you want to buy it or you don't want to buy it? And provided you're a member here, channel member here, I'll prioritize your comments. So please do become a member here. Leave a comment, doesn't matter how long it is. I will always reply to my channel members and just the greater people. And you know, I have to do all of this because I cannot reply to every single comment. So please, again, consider liking if you like my content here, subscribing so that you can get more recommendations in the future, so that I can help you, you help me, I help you, and we live happily ever after, right? I've been your captain of awesome. This is Geekception. This is the A56, the awesome phone from Samsung here. And it's been a pleasure bringing all of this to you. Literally my entire existence and everybody that has come before me has brought me here to this moment. So I'm very grateful. Same as you, every single thing has worked in you and your ancestors' favor to bring you here. And I feel that is so wonderful, and I'm so grateful for both of us. So please take care of yourself. Text me when you get home so I know you got home safe. And watch out for tapirs, as they are bigger than they appear. And I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to stay awesome. Bye. And thank you for making it all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate you making it here. I've had this video actually for a while. I've just not gotten to editing it, but I'm glad it's out now. So let me know what your thoughts are. I'm currently obsessed with 3 Body. It's a Chinese series I'm watching, and it's like based on, I think, the book, which was adapted to like a Netflix show called 3 Body Problem. I didn't like that show on Netflix, so I decided to just go find something more authentic, and I really like 3 Body. It's a bit slow to get into, so it's, I think, a slow burn, but because it's my own interest interest, which is time travel, which is, you know, winding back between generations and aliens and all of that. It's great. I really recommend it. And on that note, like, recommend stuff that you're watching that you enjoy right now as well, because I'd love to check some of that out. Leave hashtag 3body so I know you made it all the way to the end of the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, bye.